Hello, my name is Ian Harris, CEO of Libero Copper, and I look forward to presenting the company to you today. But first, this presentation does contain forward-looking statements, and individuals should not over-rely on such due to their inherent uncertainty. So beginning, let's start with a little bit of context. Why copper? For the first time in history, the United States, China, Europe, and UK are all aligned on green energy policy as means to reactivate their economies. And as context, copper is set to power that green energy boom. A single wind turbine requires 5 to 15 tons of copper per megawatt. At the same time, a single electric vehicle requires 4 times the amount of copper than a conventional vehicle. 2020 production in copper was 20 million tons. Projections are that for 2035, electric vehicles alone will require 5 million tons of copper. That's over 25% of current production. At the same time, projects are taking over 20 years to put into production. World grades are continuing to drop, and there are fewer and fewer options of projects to develop into future mines. And that is why I'm so personally excited about Libero Copper and Gold, because we have a portfolio of 4 different copper porphyry projects located in solid jurisdictions such as British Columbia, Colombia, and San Juan, Argentina. The company is currently only valued at $20 million, only has 43 million shares out, has great liquidity, and is fully funded 3 separate fully funded exploration programs for 2021 and a proven management team that will produce a year-round news flow. So looking specifically at that management team, Libero has really beefed up recently to be able to deliver throughout the Americas. Looking at Canada, we have Brad Rourke, who's a native of the area of the Golden Triangle, CEO of Scotty Resources, Bill Bennett, who has decades, he was for decades the Minister of Mines of BC, Rob Pease, who helped build the Mount Milligan mine, and Thomas Mufford, who is our VPX, who has decades of experience in exploration in the Golden Triangle. Looking down at South America, myself, Ian Harris, I'm a mining engineer with over 15 years of experience working in South America and helped advance the first large-scale mining project to Ecuador, the Mirador mine, which sold for $690 million. And Ernie Mast, which helped develop the first large-scale mining project in Panama with a capex of over $6 billion. And our chairman, Ian Slater, who is a serial entrepreneur who achieved the first mining license for a mine in Colombia in 30 years, the San Ramon mine. And we're currently well-funded with over $7 million to execute on those exploration programs. So looking at our projects, in British Columbia, we have Big Red and Big Bulk. In Colombia, Mocoa, and Esperanza in Argentina. Big Red is a very large project with over 26,000 hectares that previously was focusing mostly on high-grade gold anomalies at surface. And at the very end of the year, the last drill hole, last drill pad, unfortunately only using an RC rig, punched 4 holes into the Terry anomaly. And we made a wonderful copper porphyry discovery, including holes with 120 meters at 0.41 and 80 meters at 0.43 equivalent copper. But why are we so excited? First, those holes were completely mineralized from surface all the way to the end of holes, obviously limited to depth, but are also on the very edge of a very large anomaly. That anomaly, which has an IP signature, but also geochemical signature, has the scale to be a future mine. And that's what we're so excited about. And that's why we look forward to following up with 5,000 meters of drilling in 2021. A little bit further to the south is our big bulk project. A little earlier stage, but in 2003 had some very, very interesting intercepts, including 21 meters of 1.17 equivalent copper and 53 meters of 0.47 equivalent copper. Why are we so excited about that? Because that drilling was focusing primarily on a large IP anomaly. And based on new analysis, we believe that those hits were actually in a second phase of mineralogy. And that second phase actually dips to the south. So those drill holes just skimmed through that potential deposit. So we look forward to testing our theory in 2021 with 2,000 meters of drilling. Moving to South America, we have the Esperanza project in the very mining-friendly jurisdiction of San Juan, which had an incredible drill hole that had over 387 meters of 0.78 equivalent copper that included 232 meters at 1% equivalent copper. That hole was drilled in 2018, and the company at that time could not follow up due to market conditions. Now acquired by Libero through option, we're very excited about the project because it contains a lot of the things that we're looking for. Mineralization starting right from surface, continuing throughout the entire hole, ending in mineralization, and open on all directions. So it has the grade, has the potential to be a future mine, very little strip ratio if it became a mine, with the mineralization starting at surface, and a very large extent. This area has a very large anomalous geochemistry alteration signature, but also over 1,800 meters of strike length where copper has been encountered. And we look forward to following up on this project with 5,000 meters of drilling. And finally, my personal favorite, Mocoa. Why do I like Mocoa so much? First, spending 6 years in Ecuador at the Mirador project is the closest operating copper mine to Mocoa. The next closest operating copper mine to Mocoa is Cobre Panama, where Ernie Mast helped put that operation into production in Panama. It is a very large project. Already it has 636 million tons of ore established, very good grades, and a very important moly component that is very rare in today's market. The project was previously drilled in 2008 and 2012 by B2 Gold, contains over 43 drill holes and 25,000 meters of drilling with some spectacular holes, including 67% copper equivalent over 634 meters and 0.59 equivalent copper over 779 meters. As comparables and similar deposits in the very same Jurassic belt include Mirador's Corrientes Mirador that sold for 690 million, and Solaris's Warintza, which currently has a market cap of over $600 million. So right now we're focusing on extensive community and stakeholder engagement and are working on approval of our drill permit to continue to delineate this resource. We're very upbeat that we'll get our drilling permit in 2021 because Colombia itself is pushing the copper industry. Colombia this year, for the first time ever, was ranked #1 in Latin America for mining investment potential by the 2020 Fraser Institute survey. And you can see it in the comments from the mine minister, the National Mining Agency, and even the president of the country himself. In a presentation this year, on February 25th, at the launching of the National Mining Association's Copper Route, President Iván Duque said himself, setting the goal for Colombia to become the 3rd largest copper producer in Latin America. And it's projects such as Mocoa that will help Colombia achieve that dream. So our work programs, again, 5,000 meters in Esperanza, 2,000 meters in Big Bulk, 5,000 meters in Big Red, and very high hopes of achieving our drill permit at Mocoa in 2021. In summary, as the world embraces green energy, the demand of copper is very significant. There is not enough copper to meet that growing demand. Now is the time to explore in projects such as the ones that Libero has in its portfolio that are cycle independent, large scale copper porphyry deposits in prolific but stable jurisdictions that have the potential to become future mines. We have the solid copper project pipeline, strong team, and are well funded to execute on our development programs. Thank you.